This property market is about to take off. I'm going to go through the 5 reasons why Darwin is about to take off. And if you want to make a quick 100 grand in 2025, this should be right up the top of your list right now. Let's go. So we've got reason number 1, the pressure cooker. It is cooking. The market is about to take off. I almost can say it certainly now because it is basically a formula. Demand has shot the lights out. It is off the charts right now. Since I first said that Darwin was going to do well about 6 months ago, 6 to 12 months ago now, on this podcast, on this channel, I said it. Darwin is starting to look good. And I said they are coming. I said the buyer's agents are coming. Maybe they watched it. Maybe they thought it. But I was just studying their behavior. I was like, they're going to come because the data sets are there. And what we've seen is in the last 90 days, sales volumes, that is the number of homes that have actually sold in Darwin, is up 30%. I'll say that again. The number of homes that have actually sold is up 30% in Darwin. Now, I'll put that into context for you. If you go through Sydney over the past 10 years, Melbourne, Perth, Adelaide, Brisbane, you combine it all, you will not see at any point in time in a single quarter ever the number of homes that have gone up for sale, that have sold, that have actually transacted, up 30% in a single quarter. There is only one way that happens: when you have a small market and you have a big whale, like a giant one that goes woof, woof, woof. That is what is happening in Darwin right now. The big buyers agents, the whales, they're coming in being like, I will eat you, every single one. That's what's happening right now. You can probably guess who it is. It has to be a giant to change the numbers this much. Meanwhile, you have total listings, the number of homes that are available for sale, down 12%, and in a danger category. There are no homes for sale anymore. The giant whale has eaten all of them and said, I'm going to eat it all, I'm going to take it all. Now there's no food left for anyone else. That's the market that we're in at the moment. And now people know about it. You know what happens next? As they keep eating, they're going to have to go and drive prices up because there is pressure, so much pressure. And that pressure is inevitable when there's a 30% increase in the number of sales in a single quarter. Oh man, when the data comes out this quarter, it's only going to get stronger and stronger. I knew it was going to be big. I said they were coming, but I didn't think it was going to be this large. I guess I did think it, but I didn't really, believe in it so much, and now it's getting crystallized. The total number of homes for sale is down 34%. Again, as context, the closest next capital city is Hobart, negative 4%, 4.7%, and Adelaide, negative 4.3%. Darwin, negative 34%. It is literally breaking the charts. The chart doesn't work anymore because Darwin is shooting its lights out here. There's no homes available. Just a third of them have disappeared this year versus last year. And in the last quarter alone, 12% of them have disappeared. That is pressure like we haven't seen it before. Prices are about to take off if they're not already. They already are. It's just not in the data just yet. So that's the main reason, the pressure cooker, the market pressure is so strong. But why is that happening? And why did I tell you that Darwin was going to do really well? It was about studying the economic change. Darwin's unemployment rate is 3.4%. It is, 25% lower than its historical rate. People are in jobs there. The economy is doing fairly well. The government has changed and they are investing more and more. There's some more projects happening there at the moment as well. So that economic narrative is pretty positive. That was there too. They're now pushing much more infrastructure there. There's a big gas project in the pipeline that could completely change things as well. So that is a huge reason, the unemployment and economic story too. So that's reason number 2, unemployment and economic story. Reason number 3, this is a very obvious one. It's not actually so obvious. It's Darwin property prices are at their 2014 levels today. They're well below their 2014 levels, 6% below their 2014 levels. So they're currently at their 2013 levels today and 6% below their highest ever price point over 10 years ago. 11 years ago, Darwin property prices were higher than they are today. Hey everyone. You guys have been watching this channel. There's been thousands of you. Thank you so much for supporting my journey. if I could ask a favor, only a quarter of you have actually subscribed to our channel. There's 3/4 of you out there that are watching this every single week but aren't subscribed. If I can ask for a huge favor from you, and this will really help me continue to share as much as I can and invest in this channel so I can keep giving you the information that you want. If I can ask, could you please hit that subscribe button and that bell notification, and it'll really help me continue producing content for you all. Now, you might be thinking, that means, why would I invest in Darwin? That's absolute bonkers. But there's a theory behind this. Over long run cycles, typically property prices rise at a certain sort of amount, call it 6%, and different markets are operating slightly around this, but call it 6% over a long time period. Now, there are catch-up periods. Perth did nothing for 10, 15 years, and then out of nowhere, it doubled in value. Over that 20-year period, it rose 6% every year. But over a 10-year period, it grew nothing, and over a 4-year period, it doubled. Darwin is at the precipice of the same thing. Yes, I can't say that word, but you can laugh at me if you want to. But Darwin's at the same point. It is the next Perth. It's here. It hasn't risen at all. It is such good value as a result. Think of what you paid for everything in the year 2013. I don't know, I just paid $6 for a coffee just before I made this video. I reckon I would have paid $2.50 or $3 for that same coffee in 2013. What about building? Like building a home in 2013. You could have probably built a 4-bedroom home for 200 grand. Now you have to spend, $500,000-$600,000 to build that same home. But the value of the home is the same. That's crazy. The cost, the same price. That doesn't make any sense because you're buying a home. That's what you're buying. You're buying something that doesn't make sense. You're just buying it at the wrong valuation right now. So that is the third reason. Market cycle timings and the fact that it hasn't grown at all is very much a reason why you'll have catch-up growth going forward. This is my favorite takeout from all the data people out there. This is one thing I learned from them, is markets have aggregate to the same sort of level. They just catch up over time. So that's a big reason. Reason number 4, and this one you will love. If you're thinking about investing in Darwin, you'll love this one. You can get nearly a 7% yield, a 6.7% yield in Darwin. What the? Positive cash flow. I want a positive cash flow investment. You know what you got to buy? You got to buy in Darwin. So you get that in Darwin. Vacancy rates really, really low. The highest yields in the country, double what other cities are getting at the moment. Nearly double Perth, Brisbane, Adelaide, nearly double these numbers. Melbourne, you get twice the rental income for the same value. Not quite, but pretty close to it. Of course you want to invest in Darwin. The numbers are so compelling. And this is the message in any property investing story. When the numbers are compelling, you want to be buying them. The numbers are so compelling. Really strong yield, really low unemployment rate, no listings for sale, sales transaction levels up 30%. I said in our podcast that Darwin property prices are going to rise double digits. I said it's going to go woof. It is about to explode. It's pretty freaking obvious. And if you go by there now, you probably feel it already. And this is the underlying reason why. Reason 5, I talked about it across, it's the whale effect. The biggest buyers agents in Australia are buying there and taking on everything. They simply do not have any other product available for their clients, and they need to sell their clients properties, and Darwin is something that ticks the boxes. And so they're just buying everything in Darwin. I went through the data analysis last month on all of this, and I looked at the number of sales transactions that are happening, and now CoreLogic have picked this up in that 30% figure. When you look, Darwin typically has about 250 sales that happen in a single quarter, and then in quarter 4, the biggest buyer's agent in Australia went and bought a bunch of properties there, maybe multiple of the biggest buyer's agents, and that 250 number went to 420. This quarter is probably going to be 500. More than double what has been transparent in 2024 and the 10 years prior to it. That change is so large. It's so weird. It's like the weirdest impact now that we have, but it's the rise of buyer's agents, and Darwin is just simply going to be an absolute cha-ching monster from the rise of buyer's agents all across Australia. It's Sydney, Melbourne, everywhere. Investors all across the country using a buyer's agent as the middleman. The buyer's agent then goes, buys in Darwin. Darwin is a big winner. I've said this, and I'm saying it very, very clearly and openly. At Alaya, at our buyer's agency, we are buying in Darwin. It makes sense, but it's only for selected clientele that want to be buying in certain areas. And for those that have stuck around, I've got a little bonus for you. I've got the suburb bonuses for you. Let's give you a little bit more juice, some insight. I'm going to talk through 5 or 6 suburbs that you might want to look at. Let's come up with a little bit of a list that we've picked up from our buyer's agency business. Zucoli, Durack, Tiwi, Palmerston. Palmerston's where the big buyer's agent is buying everything because it's got the highest yields. On my phone calls with the agents there and with some local on-the-ground experts, Lyons is another one, which is right next to Tiwi. And if you want a lower price point, you can go just further south of Lyons. You've got to think of Darwin for the type of market it is. It is a transient location, a little bit like Canberra. You move to Darwin, you do your work, and then if your work dries up, you move away. A lot of families live there as well, so it's a family-centric place. You don't need to live near the CBD. Everyone's driving a car. You probably want, more car parking and accessibility to car parking, things like that for your property selection as well. So there you have it. 5 reasons why Darwin is about to take off and be the #1 city in Australia in 2025.